What a comeback. From 3-1 down against Dundee to a 94th minute winner by big Cyriel Dessers, Rangers ripped it from the fire in the most dramatic way. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't perfect, but it was pure Ibrox grit. And if you thought that match was mental, wait until you hear this week's headlines. Barry Ferguson admitting he's making the same mistakes as Clement, Sutton and Boyd slaughtering Dessers even after his winner. A 6'5" Colossus spotted in a Rangers shirt, and Rangers given Major Marco Rose appointment boost after Fabrizio Romano update. You're going to want every word. Want to see these and more Rangers news? Stay until the end. We are the people. This one cuts a bit deeper than usual, doesn't it? Barry Ferguson's return to Ibrox was meant to be a shot in the arm. Pride, passion, a proper Rangers man at the helm, someone who knows exactly what it means to wear that shirt and feel that roar. And in flashes, you've seen the fire back, the old firm win. The never say die comeback against Kilmarnock, the mental 4-3 turnaround at Dundee. You want to believe it's building towards something, but scratch the surface and the warning signs are there, waving like a red flag in front of a charging bull. Rangers going behind early has become a grim habit. 5 times in the last 7 matches, 2 goals shipped before the games even warmed up. That's not bad luck. That's structural. That's psychological. And now Barry, like Clement before him, is left baffled, frustrated, and spouting the same ghostly line. I didn't see it coming. You heard it from Clement after that disaster at St. Mirren. Then again, when we folded at home to the same side, a manager lost for words. And now Barry, a man built in the Ibrox mold, is saying the same things while watching the same frailties. That's not just déjà vu, it's a flashing sign that something's broken inside that dressing room. The coaching staff warned the players about Dundee's physicality, and still the team came out like they'd just rolled out of bed. That's not on tactics, that's attitude. That's a mentality issue, and Barry knows it. You saw it in his face post-match. Rage masked by confusion. Yes, he's made tactical tweaks. Yes, he's pulled out results, but it's still reactive, not proactive. Rangers shouldn't need to go 2 down to come alive. That's not the standard. That's not what you demand. Now, here's the rub. If Ferguson can't sort this before the season's out, will the new American owners look past the badge on his chest and see just another gaffer repeating the same doomed cycle? And here's the question you've got to wrestle with. If Barry Ferguson keeps winning, but keeps saying, I didn't see it coming, do you trust him to take Rangers forward? Or is it time to break the emotional ties and bring in a winner who sees the storm before it hits? You could hardly write it, could you? Cyriel Dessers, an enigma wrapped in a Rangers shirt. 1 minute he's making you tear your hair out, the next he's wheeling away in celebration after a dramatic winner that drags you out of the jaws of embarrassment at Dens Park. It's chaos, pure, maddening roller coaster chaos. And you're left asking, how can a striker be this frustrating and still this important? Let's be honest here. Dessers had 12 shots against Dundee, 12, and somehow only 1 hit the net. Another was ruled out for offside, a scenario that's becoming as common as a referee bottling it at Ibrox. 9 of those shots were on target, but he made Trevor Carson look like Gianluigi Buffon in his prime. The numbers say he should have bagged at least 2, maybe 3. The eye test says he should have scored 6. Yet in the 94th minute, when the pressure was suffocating and the game slipping through your fingers, who pops up? Big Cyriel, cool finish, arms out wide, cue scenes. But here's the problem. You can't keep riding that emotional roller coaster. Not at Rangers. Not if you've got ambitions to lift silverware and hammer Celtic into the shadows where they belong. Chris Sutton, he talks plenty nonsense, but even he couldn't miss the point. You're 13 points behind Celtic, and a striker at Rangers simply has to be more clinical. Chris Boyd, who knew where the net was, didn't hold back either. He hit 68 goals in his first 100 for Rangers. Dessers, he's sitting at 45. That's not disgraceful, but in this team with those chances, it's not enough. And here's the real concern. You've got Athletic Club coming up, a proper European side. They're not giving you 12 shots. You might get one sniff, one window. If Dessers takes it, he's the hero. If he fluffs it, you're out. That's the fine line we're dancing on. You've got to admire the man's honesty. He fronted up after the game, said the team needs to land the first punch, and admitted he wasn't good enough in front of goal. That takes guts. But it also screams that he knows the pressure's building. So here's the talking point that'll rattle the cage a bit. Should Dessers start against Athletic Club in that quarter-final, or is it time to drop him for someone with a colder head and sharper boots when it matters most? You've maybe seen the whispers, but now it's official. Marco Rose is out the door at RB Leipzig, a wee dip in form, and the German side's patience ran out. 11 wins, 9 draws, and 7 losses just wasn't cutting it for them. But for you, for Rangers, this could be massive. Now, let's rewind a bit. Philippe Clement was shown the door back in February after that brutal domestic collapse. And while Barry Ferguson's stepped in and given you something to believe in again with a dramatic 4-3 comeback against Dundee, that statement old firm win, and marching on in Europe, you know the board's still got its eyes on a marquee name. Enter Marco Rose, highly rated Champions League pedigree and a DFB Pokal winner. Just last year, he's led Borussia Mönchengladbach to the last 16 of the Champions League, took Dortmund to second in Germany, and he's only 48. That's still fresh for a top-level manager. Up until now, it felt like a fantasy. Why would a guy leave the Bundesliga for Scotland? But now he's unemployed. He's suddenly gettable. If Rangers make the move and pull this off, it'd be one of the most ambitious managerial appointments in recent Ibrox history. Rose could bring a level of tactical sophistication and continental credibility that puts Celtic right back under pressure where they belong. But here's the question that'll stir things up. If Barry Ferguson finishes this season with a league title and a Europa League semi-final or more, should Rangers still bin him off to hand the job to a sacked Bundesliga manager? Rangers are going into this summer with more holes in the squad than a Celtic penalty box claim. Niels Coppen's been handed the clipboard and the task's clear. Reshape the squad from front to back, and the back is where it's crying out loudest. That 4-3 Dundee madness, as thrilling as it was, exposed something you've known for a while. The soft center of this defense couldn't stop a Sunday League cross. Robin Proper, bless him, is in his 30s now and still looks like he's running in wet cement. He's not the answer, never was. But what if the answer's already out there? And what if you've seen him in a Rangers shirt before? Harry Sautar, 6'5", born in Aberdeen, and although he plays for Australia, his heart's not far off the Scottish border. The lad's a unit. 11 goals in 36 caps for the Socceroos tells you he's no shy bairn at corners either. Rangers haven't had a proper aerial presence like that since the days of Big Amo, and unlike some others who've strutted through Ibrox in recent years, Sautar can actually pass a ball without panicking. There's pedigree too. Leicester City paid £15 million for him, and Sheffield United were buzzing to land him on loan this season. Their gaffer, Chris Wilder, was singing his praises like it was karaoke night. Leadership, presence, quality, the lot. Even said his personality lit up the place. And that matters because Ibrox demands more than just a defender, it demands a character. Now, with Leicester's future in the Premier League looking shakier than a pint on a drum during a last-minute winner, there's talk of a cut-price deal, or maybe even a smart loan move. You've seen it before, Tillman, Seamer, even Cerny. Sometimes the temporary ones leave the biggest mark, but here's the spanner in the works, and the question that'll divide a few of you. Should Rangers be chasing a player who's not only been out-injured, but was let go on loan by a club heading for the drop? Or is this exactly the sort of smart gamble that wins you titles? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.